Oh yeah, big time, big time. And it looks like we are going to be hopping over to the other team in that top 2 power rankings. So it's going to be Impetus versus Justus. You just mentioned it, and we get to see how this
Mhm.
Justus team is performing today, and this is going to be fun. Palace Demolition, Favela's King of the Hill, followed by a Breach Demolition. Give me your thoughts, man.
I'm just excited to see Palace Demo, be able to cast Palace Demo, excuse me, for the first time. I've only gotten to cast Palace Koth so far, but Palace Demo, I mean, it being something new, but the game mode that everyone tends to anchor on, this is the place where if you are the members of Impetus, you could potentially surprise them coming out with a map that we haven't seen necessarily as much. I know when Hollows was initially added to the rotation for Demo, we saw some teams kind of doing some unique strategy. Some teams, whatever teams had figured it out first, had a massive advantage, and you can kind of, even though it's been in the game for a bit at this point, I think you could still kind of take that advantage and run with it if you put in the time.
Yeah, big time. And I will say another thing about this Justice squad is this overall change to the 10K format where it's going to be 3 demolitions. I will say that that is going to help them a ton. They have always hung their hat on demolition. Gronky and Fragout, they've always considered themselves demolition players. They really had to learn respawns, and now we get to check out the bans. We get to see what they don't want to play against. We saw last time Palace Demo, they ended up picking the Lancer against Right Turtle, and that came back to bite them. So, maybe they're going to be getting rid of that. No, it looks like that is still going to be on the board. So Justus is going to be getting rid of Scorch, and that is interesting for Palace Demo to get rid of Scorch. Kind of surprised about that, but then we are going to have Chalk on the other side for Impetus. Pretty surprised about that as well. Neither one of these rogues are really ones that we see on Palace Palace Demolition. So I'm definitely excited to see how this is going to play out with so many rogues that are available.
Yeah, and do you feel like either of these are a target? I mean, I'm not sure about the Scorch. I don't know how much intel Justus has on Impetus, but is that Chalk a target to Justus? Do they have a pocket strat with a Chalk on this map? Okay, the way you're shaking your head, clearly I'm fishing in the wrong direction here. It's just the only thing that would make sense if they think they've really found it, or maybe they just hate Chalk. It could go either way.
Yeah, maybe, sometimes you just have rogues that you don't feel like dealing with. I know that Ink has played Chalk before very well, so who knows? Maybe they were targeting that. Who knows, man? We're not going to have to wait any longer. We're hopping right into the matchup. Palace Demolition. We get to see how Justus is going to be performing in this month of October. Such a beautiful map, man. I love casting this one, whether it's King of the Hill, whether it's Demolition. It's always amazing gameplay that we see either way. Last time that I casted this one, it went 8-7 with Right Turtle, and that was absolutely incredible as they came back from being down 7-3. Justus had a 7-3 lead on this map, and they were on defense for the last 5 rounds and lost all 5. So let's see if they're going to have a better showing here.
Well, that's something that Impetus can maybe push off of if they know what they can kind of take advantage of going into their end of things. So we see them hovering, waiting to make their choices early on here. Okay, hold on. Let's look over who's old man, who's made the name change. Let's see. It is Frag. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. All I needed to see. All right, so nothing else changed there. Runway picked up. Runway also, we're finally going to see a Runway Ditto, a Runway mirror match, which we didn't see game 1, and I feel like it gave a decent advantage to Right Turtle, but this time that advantage will be neutralized right away. But Dallas will also be picked up from both sides. The only thing that seems flexible here is what Nax and Delana are picking. It's an Anvil and a Ronin, respectively. Who do you think would have the edge, I guess, in this matchup? I mean, obviously they're on different sides, but do you think that one rogue gives kind of more of an edge than the other on their respective side?
It's a
loaded question, I know.
Yeah, that definitely had a lot of cheese on it, but I personally feel like Justus's comp is overall better. I feel like they have more flexibility with it, whether they want to link with the Ronin, whether they want to link with the Kestrel, like you said, or with the Runway. Excuse me. You could do a whole lot here, but either way, a lot of utility on this side for this defensive squad, and they do have the Molly as well going up against the Anvil. That's what I was really thinking about, is like the Molly Anvil aspect is the offensive Anvil. He's going to be trying to put the bomb down. There's going to be 2 Mollys coming out, so are there going to be trophies? Who knows? I'm excited to see how this Impetus squad is going to be coming out, because hey, they got to come out with a bang right here.
Yeah, they gotta make it happen as everyone's flying down too early. Again, they will be on attack, so we'll see how Justus's defense can pay off here. We can see Ink ready to match them. They're going to get a reveal early. I can't tell. Just saw the one runway closer. They might have an idea that they're going to be coming this way. I do love the vertical play on this site, how many angles you kind of have to pay attention to. The teams can take advantage of as they stack 2 up top, 2 on the ground, and they're splitting their offense here. But how many players are waiting for them? Are they going to be ready for this? They already mollied one side, but Frag Out with an early peek takes down Zyko up top. Even with this res, that's still a disadvantage they didn't want to play with. Huge timing from Donatello, but does he have someone there to trade with him? Oh.
Yeah, he didn't, but Ink able to 3-tap that anvil straight down. Great stuff out of him, and now that anvil gets back up. They're going to get a little bit more money redowning that player, and now all that's left is the Dallas, and they just got to look and find where he is. There he is on the roof. Going to be taken out as old man Frag Out going to be getting 3 downs and 4 elims.
Great round by him. It was a great round from the runway there. Goose eggs across the board for the members of Impetus. One revive, though. They can hang their hat on that, of course, but can't be too happy about that. They're going to be coming into this round with a pretty severe disadvantage as primaries bought across the board for Justus. Do they mix it up? Do you think that was a pistol round only strat, or do you think they're going to maybe try that again and just get to the cash for their primaries?
You know, I'm not really sure. I do like the B play if you're going to have an anvil. Mainly because you just come to this right side of the building, you snap, clear it out, you roll up and put your shield and plant the bomb. Essentially, nothing's going to get you off unless they use a molly to get you off the bomb. So that's going to make them waste their util. My goodness, Frag Out has the sniper back in his hand. We already know what he was able to do last year, 365 days ago, with that sniper, whether it was on Phantom, whether it was on Fixer, and you see he's able to start this round off with a bang right there for his team, and they're going to be wiping them out very, very quickly.
I mean, blink and you missed it on that round. This full body after the FOV change. Maybe, I think we might see it a little bit more. How noticeable do you think it's? I don't know how much you've messed around with it, but how noticeable do you feel like it is to run it? Do you think the sniper, the LR-15 specifically, can be a little bit more flexible in some closer engagements?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, a lot of players have started to get used to it. You know, I think it's one of those things where it changes, and then you're not used to it, so you don't like it just because you like what you're used to. And then you start getting used to it, and you're like, okay, this is actually pretty good. You know, you're able to see a lot more now with this scope. It's not as congested, if you will. And I overall like the change, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think anyone. I always love when FOVs increase on snipers. I've been playing on PC forever. I want my FOV cranked up in every which way that I could possibly get it to get more intel. Always a positive change, I think, in most situations. And no situation that they're in from Impetus seems to be good right now. Only the anvil's still standing. It's Nax, and he seems to be surrounded. Oh! What a shot from Frag! A quick one. That we let him scan the environment and spot him a little bit. Spot him in the zoomed out scope. Find that head, and Impetus have been just, they have it down, and that's it.
Yeah, one down, not looking good. This isn't looking like at all Empire of the Sun's match against Right Turtle when they were down 4-0, and they at least had about 8 downs on their side, but right now 1 down through 3 rounds. You gotta have better performances, and you can see right here in this replay, Frag hitting 2 bullets with the sniper, coming across with the KA-30, hitting that one, and then the amazing flick at the end with the sniper. Just an overall incredible play by him. Now, I will say this about Frag. Frag was facing some scrutiny, mainly from me. I had a conversation with him. I told him and Gronky, I said, you guys did not perform last month whatsoever. You look at the numbers breaking down their overall matchup against Right Turtle. Delina had 19,000 damage. Ink had 16,000 damage. Frag Out had 15,000. And I think Gronky had 12,000 damage total in the entire series.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, exactly. When your best player has 19,000 and everyone on the side of Right Turtle was over 18,000, it's going to be very hard if you have a player dropping 12. So they knew coming into this 10K that they have to play better. And that's why you see Frag and Gronky, they've been on the game playing a ton this last month. They know they underperformed and they know what it cost them as they have gotten used to getting that $1,500 check at the end of every month. But that is going to be changing because right now, this squad in Oh my goodness, this squad is really pushing them to the brink in this round, but it's not going to matter. They're still able to get the trades. 2v2. Are they able to get this Ronin up? Yes, Delina's going to be able to get them up and get the defuse as well. Great overall, great concentration out of this squad, honestly, in the fray to be able to come out like that on top.
Real chaotic, but they were always reacting to the reses, I think, really quickly. They turned pretty much immediately on that anvil when he got brought up behind them. And of course, I mean, Frag just pushing with the LR-15 at the end of the round. You can't ask for more than that. That close range, quick scope to finish off the last player standing, which was Donatello, who was standing tall at the top of his team scoreboard-wise. Frag has been doing, I mean, look at his limbs. Out of the 16 they've had, he's been part of 11 of them, with over half of the downs being his. I think that's a solid performance from him, and obviously cash-wise, they are kind of running away with it at the moment. But the attacks, they got the bomb down for Impetus. That's an improvement. If they can keep up that slow improvement, a round could be in their future. Just depends on how quickly Justus kind of figure out their MO here.
Yeah, and right now, Inc. is going to be flying on the flank simply because they know that this squad is going to be. So it's going to be all about how Inc. is going to be able to stay up on the flank, and there's going to be a quick Dahlia res coming through. They are both going to be rolling away, getting out of dodge nice and safely. Great stuff out of them, and now it's going to be all on mainly Inc. I'm not exactly sure where he is right now, but he is, there he is. And Inc. is going to be able to take out Skriz. I'm not exactly sure how to say his name, but, you know, we'll go with Skriz for now, and that's going to be an easy wipe as Inc. is going to be taking out 2 from the flank. Oh, 3. Oh, yeah, 2. Excuse me. He had 2 downs from the flank. He had 2 before this round, so Inc. able to do great things on that flank with that Dallas Rogue, and you know, just great plays all around. You know, nice coordination. You don't have to flank every time, but if you do it, it's nice for it to be effective.
Yeah, you got to mix it up, right? If you can't flank every time, because then you're going to get found out, you're going to get marked, you're going to get stopped. But pulling it in every once in a while when they're conditioned for you to be up front, when for you to be watching long angles, that's when it's going to pay off. And obviously it pays off in dividends there for Justus as they take another round, continuing their I guess dominance, honestly, on this. Other than that one round where the bomb got planted and things were close, they have looked effectively untouchable. And with the intel they're going to get from this Dallas, we'll see if that will continue. Zyko forced to run away. I think realized there were many players watching that revealed angle, and there might just be a pivot here. They might honestly bail and go away, but the bomb is on the anvil, who's the furthest forward player, and now Nax has to back up. But maybe they're just going to waste util and come back in. Still, there's a lot of guns waiting for him, Rome.
Yeah, there's a whole lot, and right now you see Delina this time. He's going to be the one in the back, and he's got himself a 1v1. Woo! He's going to win that one. He doesn't lose too many of those. Didn't even need to aim. My goodness. Yeah, Delina, he is putting his stamp on Rogue Company every single week. How did that miss? He was able to hit him with the... Oh, my goodness. Frag, I don't know how the sniper shot missed, but he was able to hit... Oh, no! With the hipfire headshot. Old man Fraggy doing it to him. My goodness.
I feel like... Are we here just to get their clips? Is that why we're here? To watch them get their clips here? Watch this one. I'm glad we have the pop-in for this. The hipfire quick to the melee, and then the hipfire no-scope head. I mean, no-scope headshot. Unreal. Great crosshair placement there, I guess, to make it work, but Frag is doing it to him right now with this sniper rifle, and that is... It tracks for me. Makes sense why you bring out the runway, I think. She has some great range control, some great utility on top of that, and we'll see what he can find here. I think he sees the cross potentially, but Ink's about to find out with that reveal in a second anyway.
Yeah, you know, able to see that cross with the sniper. It's always good intel. You get to know at least that a couple players are committed over here, and you see Delina already. He's going to be just crouch walking in this Ronin immunity to being revealed, and that's 3 down already. This is an incredible pinch. My goodness, they know the last player's in the back. He's not going to be long for this world as he's taken out as well. 7-0.
This might be one of the fastest maps of Rogue Company I've ever seen. It's just, I've seen 8-0s before, which seems likely unless Impetus just really have the defense locked down. But I've just never seen rounds end this quickly. The way that these teams are playing, it feels like Impetus is setting up, and maybe their IGL's like, all right, guys, here's the plan, and they're already dead. They're just getting run down. They're getting flanked. They're getting corralled into a corner and just torn to pieces by Justus, who seem to have a great idea here. And I don't know what the answer is going to be, and I don't know if it's Seeker and Ronin or the Fixer. To maybe they think Smokes will slow him down. It seems like Donatello's just not sure what to play, and they're going to try to slow it down with a Vi.
Yeah, I actually really like the Vi play. I actually had Vi as my favorite rogue on defense on this map when the map first came out. Obviously when maps first come out, you don't really know how to play them. That's why Vi is
Hmm.
just such a solid rogue. Whether you play her at B, she can stay up top or even down low. If you see a player going for that bomb, you could just toss out the Vi poisons, throw your incendiary grenade, get them off of the bomb. Even at the A bomb site, if you know they're committed, you can throw those Vi poisons from the back and make sure you're zoning off a place. It's great for retaking as well. So I
Hmm.
really do like the Vi pick overall from this squad, but man, to win 8 rounds in a row on a map that is essentially even, in my opinion. I wouldn't say it's offensive sided or defensive sided because we see a whole lot of 4-3s going into halftime. So this isn't the case though, as this one is looking pretty in the hands of Justus right now.
And it looks like they've picked the wrong site to start at. Impetus have kind of ran over to A, but they guessed wrong, and now Inc has already committed here. And hey, we're seeing some Lancer on demo. This one might just be for you, as Frag maybe feeling a little bit too confident ends up running in. They only get a 1-for-1 here, and the rest of the members of Justus starting to follow. They might go for this res. They're going to actually drop the shield just to do it, but forced out by the Semtex. Gronky knocked low. The nade gets him as well, and it's all in the hands of the Dallas for the side of Justus. How far back is Delana? I think has some good idea of where they might be. Might know there, but headshot there. Barely getting the last one, but a round for Impetus off of a little bit of over-aggression. Coming in, they're even going to get the extra cash as well. Delana kept it close, but again, number advantage is so strong, so good to play, and the defense is making it work.
Yeah, they're making it work, doing amazing right now. Gronky, though, only 2 downs, might need to see a little bit more out of him. Maybe not, because they're already up 7-1. But, either way, I will say this. The Lancer, I told Delina, even in that 7-8 devastating loss to Right Turtle, I told him, I said, I don't think the Lancer really helped you guys. I feel like it hurt you guys more than helped. And, we had a conversation about it. It lasted about 30 seconds. He told me I was dead wrong. And, here we are with them using Lancer again on defense. But this time it's going to be Inc that is going to be on it. So Delina, he's going to be on the Dallas for them this time. On this offensive side, And I do like the Anvil play because, able to get over to this B bomb site and just get that bomb down on that shield is just so effective. And oh man, are we going to see some emoting right now? And oh man, yeah, they're going to be doing the walk. Here we go. I think they're going to be walking around the entire map. They've done this a couple of times, seeing them do it before. Man, they're feeling themselves right now.
Well, we'll see how far they end up going with it if they get spotted early. It seems like Frag is not really subscribing to that at the moment. He is playing his game the way that he wants to, even if he seems a little nervous.
They're letting...
They're what?
I think they're letting Frag 1v4. I think they're going one at a time.
Okay. Oh, the Thunderdome
is...
strategy. Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you see Frag, he's there. It looks like he's by himself right now. Not exactly sure where his teammates are, but yeah, Frag looked like he's gonna try to do it all by his lonesome. Almost able to hit the crazy shot onto the Vi. This Frag right now, currently in a 1v4 situation, mainly because his teammates just do not want to help him right now. And he's gonna be coming up regardless. Able to take out one. He's gonna need to full kill that though, even though there isn't a res gonna be coming out right now. He is doing it all. He's gonna want to get this full kill. Maybe not, because if he gets taken out, it's going to be the next player's turn, and I'm sure if he didn't make it in the 1v4, he's not going to want the next player to make it in the 1v4, but there is going to be his second down right there, and just like that, now he's in a 1v2 situation. Is he going to be able to pull this off? They get the bomb down anyway.
Oh, look, what you could... Ink is trying to not shoot. It looks like he's just trying to buy time. Right now, he's going to use the Semtex instead, now that Frag has gone down. They're willing to take a one-shot down. Very good reaction from him there, and it's only Chris remaining. Gets the down with the knife. I'm not sure exactly what weaponry they're trying to use here with the bomb timer running out as Ink ends up hitting the final shot. The shotgun finds the two. He got to play his 1v2 near the end. Frag got it. I'm glad they gave Frag the chance to do it. I think they tossed him some weapons near the end as well, but ends up not being able to pull it off all the way. Ink has to bring them across the finish line and get them to that 8-1.
Oh yeah, big time, and right there you saw Frag. He was feeling good. I'm pretty sure he was hitting all of his shots, and he was saying, guys, look, I don't even need you. And so they said, Okay, I'm sure that
Okay.
that's how it went. So they've done that a couple times. So it's funny that they won the round doing it though. That's just incredible. He's even able to get
Hmm.
2 kills when all 4 players know exactly where he's at. It just shows how talented he is. He was even almost able to hit that sniper shot. But man, this was a steamroll for the side of Justus over Impetus. So I will say that Impetus had some good rounds where they showed some promise, but overall it was just us. And I'm not sure if we got some replays, but I'm sure that pretty soon we'll be seeing those coming in pretty soon. Oh, it looks like we are going to actually be hopping right into favelas. These players don't want to be wasting any time. They said no time for replays. We can't be focused on the past. We got to focus on the future. And we're going to be going to favelas right here. And this is going to be a staple that we've seen before a ton of times.
We just saw it a couple minutes ago, maybe about 30. Yeah. So definitely not surprised to be back here. I think it's a map that the players have figured out decently, King of the Hill wise. They know where the strong hills are, especially with I think the movement of that second hill has made the map a lot more flexible. I feel like you can kind of play towards any ones that you're more comfortable at, but of course that first hill I think is the only one that's not as important, and then you need to really play for the third, the fourth. That's where things will kind of swing a little bit further in your favor. I don't think we even got a chance to look at bans for this unless I just missed it. I can actually double check that and see for us. It looks like Scorch Shock we're hovered, unless that was for map 1. It could be Scorch and Shock here. We'll see. So we see that what they pick up here. Lancer again, not going to see her too much on demo other than the little preview we got earlier, but not sure what they know what they're going to do. The one thing they're sure of is that Runway will be coming out for them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Runway is out, locked in. Old man Fraggy, he is saying, you know what? I am good to go with this sniper. I'm not missing anything. Ink is feeling good. He's going on the Lancer. I've been seeing Ink actually play in some 8s and things like that over the last month. I'll say like a couple weeks ago, and he was playing a lot of Lancer, and I was pretty surprised because I haven't really seen Ink play Lancer all that much, but he was playing it in 8s and things like that. It looks like he's comfortable pulling it out here in this qualifier, and I'm sure that, after winning 8-1 as comfortably as you did in the demolition, I'm sure they're thinking that this King of the Hill is going to be going very similar.
Especially because they were winning it off of some aggressive gunfights, and Frag going 1v4 and taking 2 down. They gotta be feeling pretty comfortable with their respawn gunplay as we get ready to load in here. But no Vi for them. I know she's decent on this map. I mean, it's respawn. She's gonna be good for spamming these sites, forcing you out, forcing you from around the van on the fourth side, forcing you in, corralling you into a corner on the third hill. But I get favelas. Some of the hills are a little bit more open, and maybe that corner pressure not quite as valuable.
Yeah, I am extremely surprised. So right now, okay, so if you remember, every single game that Right Turtle plays against Justus, they ban Vi. And Vi got through, and Justus aren't even playing it? So maybe they've moved on from the buy? Has Right Turtle been wasting a ban this whole last month?
I maybe. I mean, it might just be how they're feeling into this team in particular, but they might regret underestimating them if they continue to trade things out evenly like they do. Only now are Justus going to be able to walk onto the hill and start racking up time, but it was an even trade to start. They might just want to play Lancer, want to play Kestrel here instead to get the snowball going early.
Yeah, Ink already going to have control of this B hill as well, even though there's 30 seconds until it even spawns. Getting control of this, we saw in the series, in the last series with Right Turtle, how important getting early control of this B hill is, and the fact that they were able to get the old hill time as well as this new hill time with Ink locking it down up here. It's just incredible out of them. But right now, man, this Impetus squad, they said, forget all that noise. 10 seconds left. We won it. But, man, Bronchi going to be taking out Zyko right there. And he's sadly going to get taken out. And that's going to be 3 seconds going to the side of Impetus. I'm sure they're going to be wishing that they were to be able to get a lot more than that if they're going to be fighting for scrap time. And they've already lost the second hill.
Yeah, tough for them with Justus still here at the start. But you can see 3 of them moving together, forcing out Frag. Are they going to push him to get... They're just going to leave their team, I guess, to take a fight there as they lose 2. With Frag still kind of playing on that edge of the map and winning the fight. They were worried more about the hill, but I think they had to clear them out one by one because now they're stuck in a fight that Donatello was clearly not ready to take with how quickly Delena pushed him in that moment. And Impetus just not In here, Frag. They had 3 people to clear him out. They didn't take it, and now they're paying the price.
I'm going to be honest, I've not seen a lot of Impetus in the kill feed. Can we please see the score line, please? I would love to see that, as that is another... That was probably the first down that I've seen in about a minute. Okay, so they have 6 total downs going into this third hill. Yeah, they're going to need a little bit better performances out of everyone, especially Donatello. Currently 0 on that Dallas. And that's just not what you need, especially going up against such a powerhouse in Justus. And, you know, right now, they are looking very, very good. And if Justus is able to keep this up, this is going to be a straight-up 2-0 with maybe Impetus not even getting 20 total points.
We'll see if that is how it turns out. They did manage to get into the third hill here. Even with the inside on the corner, they just played back, and no one seems to be in position to flank them, so they might actually... I think they are going to make it to this 20. You can tell that
20,
you can see the members close by. It is 20. I mean, that's... I don't want to call that a win for them, because they are continuing to rack it up and winning some fights. But how are they setting up to go in? They're just not ready for the swing out from Justus. It's 1-for-1, though, and they are still keeping this contested.
Yeah, great stuff from Impetus, able to hold this. And now it's just going to be all about winning those gunfights. Nax gets taken out by Gronky. Gronky hops in, he hops up, and he's going to be taking out this Vi, as that Vi tried to take out Ink, but no, Gronky hopped on top of that truck and didn't let it happen. And just like that, they get control of this site. 25 seconds. They're only going to need 15 seconds on this final hill after all this scrap time to secure this bad boy.
Yeah, and they'll probably feel comfortable just sitting here the whole time. Actually walking up to Donatello, still losing that, though. Unfortunate for him, could have actually denied a little bit more, but Gronky just too good holding that SMG close by. Picked up 24S here. But they already have, actually, they don't even have the 4th hill. They're trying to go in for it now, but Delena's already there. Only Zyko there to contest now, and whoever wins that 1v1, I think it's actually going to decide this round.
Yeah, Gronky sadly going to go down, and, 16 seconds, it's all they need left. And right now, it looks like they are going for... the highlight. They actually aren't even on the hill. I was waiting for the number to go up. Now it's going up. Okay, so they are on the hill now. Only 10 seconds left. They are going to be running in here. Are the side of Impetus like a bunch of sheep to the slaughter, and they are going to be taken out one at a time. Sadly, Zyko is going to be down in Delena. Might be able to get a break from A long here, but Gronky Inc. Oh man, Frag's going to be throwing a nade at his teammate, saying, I don't even need you, I can hold this down by myself. And that's going to be a 1-0 advantage now. 1 round away from potentially facing Right Turtle. Now, I don't know if Right Turtle has won their quarterfinal matchup, but, this is the quarterfinals right here. So, we might be able to see that matchup next. Who knows? And if we do, that is going to be incredible, because I will say both of these teams are looking in finals form right now. Ink doing what Ink does, and Delena doing what Delena does, right at the top where they should be. They've been such consistent players for this team in the last couple months, man. They've been really putting a staple. Even Gronky and Frag will say, yeah, those 2 guys, they're the guys for us. They're the 2 guys on our team right now. It used to be Frag and Gronky, but, Delena, he's just become such a good overall rogue player. And just as I say that, Ink able to come in, get 3 downs. Delena got the 4th, and man, just like that, I was talking about them 2 together, and them 2, they just did it all. They were able to take out all 4 players just like that. And already Ink is going to the next hill.
No one went to the first hill. They didn't get any time. They're actually going back. They've decided to fight for it again, because now members of Impetus have respawned and are actually going back in, but Frag has the crossfire on him, gets them as they try to run over. Does trade his life for it, though, and now they're getting forced back. Gronky will actually fall again. Donatello, he's ready for the 3rd hill, but actually just catching out Delena. Delena seems to know that he's close by and does not win that one. Like, didn't have as much intel as I really thought he did. Donatello will get that reset, but again, crossfire angles controlled by them, and no one racking up any time on Hill A. Everything is set for that 2nd hill, which it looks like they might already have control of for Impetus actually here, but Gronky and Delena are coming in to contest it right now.
Yeah, Impetus able to do a good job of getting control of the spawns for this hill, but at the end of the day, you have to get on the hill itself, and right now, nobody is on it, and Gronky trying to do what he can. He's just now able to get some points on. He's going to have to win 2 gunfights back-to-back. He's able to win 1. He's going to be snapping, letting his team know exactly where Naps is at, as Naps is going to be at that silo. He's going to get taken out as well, dropping down to 1 HP. He's dead. And yeah, just like that, this squad in Justus, they have control of this hill. They didn't even need control of the spawns. They essentially just won their gunfights, and that's how they were able to take control of it.
which tracks with the rest of what we've been seeing, honestly, them just taking duels and winning them. And sometimes, the times that Impetus win it, they get, a moment of respite, but then they just get flooded with the players kind of respawning and coming back in. And now, again, more gunfights in favor of Justus as they walk into that third hill. They're getting the scrap time from the second hill, and they're going to be already in control here. Even without frag out, they catch Zyko on the way out, so that trade ends up being a little bit better for them, even with the one player that goes into contest falling immediately. So they're going to be racking up this time immediately, locking them down to only 8 points on their side. And so much information. Ink knows exactly where Nax is, like a laser hones in, finds them, and they keep scoring these points.
Yeah, they're right where they want to be right now. They have Ink roaming around, doing what he does. He doesn't need to play on the hill at all. His job is just play these angles, get into places where this team is not going to be expecting you to be hiding. You see, he's already coming back to the far left side. They're not going to be expecting him way over here. They're going to be expecting him a little bit closer, so he's going to have a nice angle on a couple of these players, just like this one. Not able to hit those shots on that player, but he's going to be coming back, and he says, Zyka, you're not going to be winning this one, and I'll see you later. He's going to be putting him down, and just like that, they get control of the hill. 30 seconds left on it.
I think they heard you for round number 1. They really don't want them to get to the 20 points this time. Since you prophesized it before, now they're going to try their best for it as they crest over 90 with 20 seconds left on this hill. Ink actually, I think he picked this one up. He's running low on ammo here, tries to go for a fight, ends up having to swap maybe, but forces him right into frag sight lines. Great timing there by them as they have to look towards the 4th hill. They might catch some of these rotations. They have no idea that he's there. Donatello turns and reacts in time, but it's not in time as Zyko gets knocked to half as well. They're going to have to, again, start scavenging weapons, but a KA-30 in Ink's hands just as scary as the SMG. But still, Impetus, they got there first, but it's contested. Someone, I think, managed to make it in over. They're going to start counting up in this fight that they try to take. Chris only barely wins it.
Yeah, Ink knew that player was coming in. He knew his movement had to be incredible, and it was. My goodness, he rolled out, was almost able to turn on that player. Old man Frag, gonna be taking out him, gonna be sniping too. That's a highlight reel for him. Ding, love that part. No, not able to hit the headshot on the ground, though. Disappointed in you, Frag. Come on, you could do better. As they're only 25 seconds away from securing this one. This is looking like a solid 2-0. As he's going to be putting those claymores down. He's going to be down on himself. He says, you know what, I don't even need to be here for this. As he only 15 seconds left right now, as we get a nice little quick look at that instant replay. Holding out the claymore just for kicks. Going to be putting that away, sniping that player, hitting him for 70 down. Nice plays. Ink not going to be able to get out of that one. Tried to throw the smoke, but it's not really going to matter. 3 seconds left. They got this in the bag.
Yeah, they're just mowing them down as they try to run in. They're racking up the last little bit of points that they need, and that will be it. Firmly in command of Justus from start to finish in that round. And they were going through it so quick. I mean, they knew, I think, the pace they wanted to play it at. They didn't even give us a chance to talk about the game after game 1. We just went straight into game 2 where Justus continued the exact same pace.
Yeah, whether it's ambition to get to the next round or whatever it is, they definitely seemed ready, and they were not trying to wait whatsoever. So forget the replays. I'm sure that we're going to have to potentially see some series replays because, man, I would call it a series, but it was so quick. I think that was like 20 minutes? I don't even know. That was very quick regardless. And, man, they looked very, very ready to face Right Turtle. And, I keep on hyping this up. I don't even know if Right Turtle made it. I'm more just assuming based off how they looked in their last matchup. So, I got to check the brackets, got to hit the refreshes real quick, see what's going on with the rest of the bracket, because right now, Justus, they are looking amazing. And it looks like Right Turtle, they have not went past the Innovators yet, so they are still going up against them. So before we get to that, let's go ahead and check out the replays from this last series, at least these 2 maps. It was a total of 9 or 10 rounds. 11 rounds, in the whole series, so it wasn't exactly the longest one, but even though it wasn't the longest, we definitely had some amazing highlights. As you guys can see, Frag with his sniper, he was doing disgusting things, hitting crazy flicks, including the hip fires. Like, it was just insane. It was going for him every which way.
I know it must be a little bit more annoying to play against, but I'm happy to see the snipers back. Every single time I would cast when everyone was just running the DMR, the AR on the characters that were rolling out with those sniper rifles, every single time we were just like, maybe we'll see the sniper. When we did, it was crazy, but with Runway in, who has the option just to have, both in hand and with potential for, swapping other ones on a fixture if you want to play them. It's nice to see it back. It's nice to see people, kind of bring it out more, especially some of these changes. Quality of life with the FOV being increased means it's more flexible. I'm happy to see it happening again, and clearly the players aren't too unhappy about it either when you can pull off plays like that.
Yeah. And talk about plays like that, man. Ink and Delina, they were just doing it all in this respawn. They were looking in prime form, as we have seen them do so well in respawns in these last few months, that they have just been the catalyst for this team, the real backbone for this squad, if you will. And the thing is when you have Frag going off the way that he was, it's going to be so easy to win these matchups for them. Is, man, the jump, flying stick, able to finish off that player. That was nice right there. A little bit of matrix action right there. And Frag doing what he does with the sniper, able to down that player, almost going to be hitting that headshot as well. And it was just overall clean performance, clean cut and dry from Justus. 11 rounds is all it took. 8-1, 2-0.
What you'd want to see, I think, from this caliber of team playing against Impetus. Although Impetus, again, they had sparks, they had moments, and they made it this far to go up against Justus. And again, just like last game, I hope to see them keep coming back and pushing themselves forward. Once I think they just got to speed up the pace of their gameplay. I feel like they were playing a little bit too slow on some of those demos. You can wait for picks, but it was a very clumped up, we're taking this site, we're going to talk step by step about how we're going to do it. We've already been wiped. I want to see them up the pace a bit, go in prepped, and then maybe they can really get in and make these hits on sites, getting these bombs planted and actually set up around them a little bit faster.
Yeah, if you're Impetus, you really just got to look at this, got to look at the tapes and say, look, we just were not making our plays. Like you said, we weren't being aggressive with their plays. If you're against a squad like this or Right Turtle, you just have to be confident in what you're doing. You have to show that you can be aggressive. And man, right now I am so excited because there's been so many good matches that we've already casted today, and we have an amazing semifinal that is going to be coming up shortly right after this break. So don't be going anywhere. Stay tuned.